Hey, it's your old pal, Joe Foreman here, with a little explainer video about this card game that I made and then ported to Tabletopia called Monitor Duty. Thanks for checking it out. Let me know what you think of it. This is a card game that is a single player, no hand card game that just takes minutes to play, that it's about kind of the chumps of the superhero world, the heroes that are stuck on monitor duty, finding out where the crises are in the world and then telling the cooler heroes where to go. If you're familiar with Tabletopia's controls for the camera, I would say kind of right click here and tilt this. I haven't quite figured out how to get the camera angle the way I want it. Right clicking and will let you tilt the angle of the camera. You can also just zoom in and out and move all around, but let's just start off like this. The setup, you've got 3 cards that represent the entire Earth, and they are all say the threat level is escalated, and each one of them is divided into 3 locations, each denoted by a major city in the region. So you want to start off by picking any 3 of your heroes. You've got 5 total, and put 1 on each Earth card per horizontal row. So you could do Hong Kong and Nairobi and New York. You could start off with Mexico City and Paris and Sydney. As long as you've got 1 on each of the cards and 1 in each horizontal row, you're good. Let's start just like this here. So we remove the blocking shield, which is just me trying to hide the deck from you so you don't get any early advantage that lets you decide where to put your heroes. If you were playing the actual game with actual cards, you just, wouldn't deal out the decks until you'd already picked where the heroes go. So let's move this out of the way. Here are the 6 decks. What's the best way to find out what's going on in the world? Why, watching local TV news, of course. So what you're looking at here is TV channels that are covering the various problems that's going on in Earth. Let's zoom in here and look here. Oh, man, Mexico City is still under a dust cloud. Oh, no. Over here, crisis in Seoul, team coverage of an unexpected alien attack. Here on News 45. So these are news channel cards that have a location listed on them and then an action instruction in the lower third. Like here is Buenos Aires, move 1 hero out. Seoul, move 1 hero out. Paris, move 1 hero in. Now, occasionally, of course, you're going to find there are commercials. So here's a commercial for Passion Hospital, weekdays at 2 on WWIP 26. And there, it just has an action instruction of return 1 hero to the reserves. That's a bad one. So movement, okay? So this says move a hero out of Mexico City. We happen to have a hero in Mexico City, so that will be a legal card to play. Movement is you can go north, south, east, and west. So yellow here in Mexico City can go up to New York, down to Buenos Aires, over to Dubai, or around the world because, yes, the Earth is round, to Hong Kong. Now, you can't go across the polar caps. So blue here in Paris cannot go straight to Nairobi. Yes, the Earth is round, but it's also very cold. So keep that in mind when you're deciding where you're going to move your heroes around. So the goal of the game is to de-escalate all of these regions. A region de-escalates when you have at least 1 hero in all 3 of the locations on the card. Also, you have to get through all of the channels up here at the top. Now, these are all stacks of cards. There are 3 in each stack. So there's 3 cards to get through before you can call yourself a big winner. So let's just start playing here. So okay, here, this is Paris, move a hero into Paris. Well, I don't have anybody that can legally move into Paris. So that card cannot be played. Now, okay, here we go. I can move yellow out of Mexico City. I can move green out of Sydney. I can't play this one about Buenos Aires because I don't know anybody in Buenos Aires, and same with Seoul. So let's go ahead and move yellow out of Mexico City into Dubai, and then this card then gets put over here in the discard pile, and it's like changing channels. And now we got another channel here, which is giving me the instruction to move a hero out of Dubai. Could be very useful. Let's move green out of Sydney using this card here. And then, okay, we got 3 heroes, so we're going to right-click and flip that to its de-escalated side. And that is now very, very good for the world. Now, check this out. We got a great card here. Deploy one hero in the reserves to any location. So that's a commercial that's giving me a free hero back on the board. So what should we do here? We can move out of Dubai. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to move out of Dubai. And we're going to go to Hong Kong using that card. And that channel flipped to this one, which is showing Situation New York. Move one hero out of New York. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Let's use this card here to put red in Buenos Aires. Because now I can play this card up here to move a hero out of Buenos Aires. So I'm going to move... Move a hero out of Buenos Aires and into Sydney. And now I got this cool one here. Move one hero out of any location. So that would let me move this one out of Paris into Seoul. And that lets me de-escalate. Right-click and flip. Just like that. Move a hero into Buenos Aires. That's good. Then I got this one here. Let's do this. Let's move green in Nairobi into Buenos Aires. Playing that card. Let's move this one here into New York using this card. That might not have been a great move. And let's put red back in the reserve so I can get rid of this awful card. Now that gave me a move. Okay, check this out. We're going to go from New York into Paris using this one. And then I can play this one, which would move somebody out of Paris. Ooh, I got another good card. We need to move somebody into Sydney, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to move purple using this card, deploy one here in the reserves to any location. So I'm going to deploy purple from the reserves to Mexico City. And that then de-escalates that. Now I need to move a hero out of New York, so blue, and we're going to move him to Seoul. And then move a hero into Sydney. Let's have yellow and Hong Kong go down to Sydney. Whoops, that was a mistake. Nah, we're all right. We're going to move a hero out of Seoul. Blue moves out of Seoul. We're going to move blue out of Hong Kong over to Dubai. And then now we're stuck. And that is the end of the game because I don't have anybody into Nairobi to move them out. So it wasn't a perfect victory, but if you do 10 points for each de-escalated Earth card and 5 points for each finished stack, I got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 points. A perfect game would be 60 points. So that's actually pretty darn good. Some things that didn't show up that I'd like to point out to you is these cards that say move 2 heroes in. So that means to play this card, I would to move 2 heroes into Nairobi, and you know that's in one move. So I move them both to Nairobi, and that would be getting rid of that card. Escalate any region. You cannot re-escalate a region that has the 3 locations already covered. A hero needs to get out of there, and then you can re-escalate it using that card, which is nasty. This one here is a discard any move 1 card. So you would use it to discard this one that says move 1, but not this one that says move 2. So you could get rid of that card with that. And what's left here to see? Nothing surprising. So yeah, that's a look at Monitor Duty. Thanks for checking it out. Let me know what you think about it. I had a good time making this in Tabletopia, and it's even though I do have this in physical form that I play by myself because it's a solo game, it is cool that I can share this digital version with you so you can see what you think. So thanks again, and have a good one.